All right, thank you so much for tuning in today. There's this man, Frank Kern, and that man knows his shit. He's on top of his game. He's been doing this for longer than I'm alive. So I wanted to get him on the podcast. I still want to get him on the show, but that man just doesn't respond. He's busy as fuck. He's making money moves all over the place. So I was like, let me be creative. What can I do? I tried a shitload of things. If I want to get someone on the show, I'm serious about it. But yeah, so I didn't know what to do. So I just called in on the show. Quite easy. Just called in on his Lead Magnet show on Grant Cardone's channel. It's like they have like a million people watching, something like that. Called in, asked him a cool question about personal branding. That man knows his shit. Enjoy this few minutes of him answering my question. Let's get right into it.
Oh, you've given me we have a caller. Well, now you've done it, caller. All right.
You've got Quinn in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen. All right, where they make those good waffles. What's up, Quinn?
Hi, man. How are you doing?
All right. What's happening?
That's awesome. I want to ask you about your personal branding. How would you build your personal brand through advertising and social media?
For what was the first thing you said before social media? How do you build your personal brand for something social media?
Yes, sir. Just as an entrepreneur. Yeah.
So what are you selling?
I'm selling. The same as you're selling. Social media services, branding, your personal brand.
Okay.
How would you skill that? Yeah.
There's a formula. All right. The first thing we got to figure out is who do you want? Right? Because the who you want is going to determine what you say in the ad, right? Like if I want as my client a bunch of, bikers or something, then I'm not going to talk about the, softer side of selling and how to get in touch with one's feelings. I'm going to talk about how to kick the living crap out of your marketplace and take over, So who you want really determines what you're going to say. That's thing number one. Thing number two is what do they want? All right, so this is huge because what they want determines the content that you're going to create. Like if I was on this show right now and I was like, hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to make, fried catfish the way my grandmother used to make it in Roberta, Georgia. Some people might watch because y'all might like fried catfish, but probably not so much because that's not why you're here. You're here to get leads and customers from the internet. So what people want, specifically what these people want, is going to dictate every single thing you ever do in terms of building that personal brand. The third thing is going to be how do they get it? So all of your content is now going to really be geared towards, hey, here is how you, the who, get the thing that you want. And here's the deal. The more you can help people get what they want in advance of them having to make that decision of whether or not to buy from you, the more likely they are to buy from you in the future with the least amount of sales resistance. This is why I've been able to build a good business despite being arguably the single worst salesperson in the history of selling. Is because I help a lot of people in advance, so by the time they talk to me, they kind of forgive the fact that I'm a terrible salesperson. They're like, that didn't make any sense, but I'm going to do business with you anyway because you've helped me a lot in the past. All right, and finally, the fourth question is this, which is what must we demonstrate? Dang whiteboard. What must we demonstrate to be true, okay, in order for them to want to do business with you? Seeing is believing. Right? So if you can demonstrate that you can help them get what they want by actually helping them get what they want, and you can do that in your advertising, do it in your marketing, and do it in your branding, you're gold. That's why Grant's able to raise so much money for Cardone Capital, is because for years he's been like saying, all right, I want people who are interested in making, this passive residual revenue through real estate. What they want is for someone to handle this for them. Here's how they get it. And he's like showing them everything you need to know about like NOI and all of that kind of stuff, which has led people to the logical conclusion that this dude knows what he's talking about and I can trust him with my investment, and boom, Cardone Capital exists. Right? It's not a hard sell for them. They're like, yeah, dude, you obviously know what you're doing. I've been watching you talk about this forever. And that formula classically and beautifully executed and demonstrated. Did we have a Narden? Look at there. Okay then. Thank you so much for calling, my good man. Enjoy those waffles over there.